Alright guys, so today is January 6th of 2021. It is a new year. Happy New Year to everyone. But today, for those who have seen the news on this day, January 6th, you guys know what is happening in DC with all the riots and with just everything happening right now. And it's honestly a very, very difficult time in America, especially, I've been on Twitter for a little bit, even though I hardly use Twitter. I think today was probably like the day that I've really, really gone on Twitter, and just seeing the amount of stuff that's just happening online and just what people are really saying and how they feel. And my prayers go out to all the families that have been affected negatively due to what happened at the Capitol today on the 6th, and really, really just gonna hope and pray that this event hopefully doesn't happen again. We're in a new year, everything's just starting, and it's already off to a bad start. I'm just saying this right now, and hopefully there's a way we can slowly but surely get back up on our feet. But yeah, there's just it's a pretty sad day, I'm not gonna lie. But guys, for today's video, I wasn't planning to make this like a whole sad negative story of what's happening, especially on the East Coast of the US right now. Purely just because today I am going to be making a video with my best friend Krivi. You guys may have known him for quite some time. Obviously, he also goes by Zodacell Productions on his YouTube channel. Make sure to go subscribe to him in the info card up there, or obviously it'll probably be in the link down in the description below. But he is actually going to be moving back to college in Colorado, and currently he's packing up since he is leaving in 2 days. He's leaving on the 8th, today's the 6th, and today I just wanted to go, meet up with him, just see how he's doing. Obviously, he also did help me out with the short film, if you guys haven't checked that out, also in the info card up there. So yeah, a lot of credit goes to him on that video as well. And today I kind of just wanted to do a little sit down and talk, with Krivi. And I know some of you guys are also wondering hey, where's Krivi at? We still remember the days of DIY with Krivi back in 2018 when we were building electric skateboards, and kind of just, it's gonna be a little update video for you guys of just stuff that's been happening in our lives, personal lives, things like that, and what we're looking forward to in the upcoming months, upcoming years. So let's go say what's up. Alright guys, so right now we just made it to a public park where we generally hang out, so I'm gonna wait for Krivi to get here. Alrighty, well, he's here. Alrighty, so here, we're with Krivi. It's been a while since you guys have probably seen him on camera.
Hello everyone.
Yeah, so for those, if you guys remember, especially back in 2018, Krivi and I were building skateboards. I feel like that's one of my most viewed videos too, if I remember right. DIY with Krivi. Yeah, those are some dope segments, but yeah, it's been now it's 3 years, it's 2021, and how's your life been? What's been up to?
Life's been life. It's been okay. I mean, the past year hasn't been fun for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
But I don't know, our lives have definitely changed a lot. We're both in college now. So we're very busy with that, and we're both adults, so now we have some greater responsibilities to take care of.
Yeah, at least for me, I'm gonna be here in Sacramento since I just go to Sac State, but for Krivi, he's all the way in Colorado. So.
Yeah, I go to CU Boulder, and I'm studying aerospace engineering there.
Yeah, so right now we're filming on January 6th, and I believe you're leaving on the 8th, right?
Yep. Yeah, packing all my stuff because I'm moving into an apartment with my friend Brandon, so just getting ready to bring all that stuff with me. To move in.
Yeah. And originally I was gonna have Krivi be a guest on the podcast that Uncle and I do. If you guys haven't checked that out, Brown Boys Theory. Obviously,
I'll tell you what happened. Basically, the first time I got invited, I didn't wake up on time because they wanted me to do it at 6 a.m. with them. And I just could not wake up.
Yeah, so originally he was supposed to be on episode 6 of the podcast, and we were just starting it off. And then literally 2 minutes into the podcast, that's when I get the call from Krivi. And I'm like, oh, he's up, we can finally do it. And then as soon as I pick up, I just hear him, he's super tired, super groggy. He's like, I just don't feel like doing it today.
My bad.
Do you want to tell them your sleeping schedule?
Dude, okay, so I've been waking up at between 11 and 1 p.m. every day since summer. I've been going to sleep at 2 a.m., 1:30, between 1:30 and 3 a.m. is when I go to sleep. And I just can't sleep before then. It's impossible for me. I have screwed up my sleep cycle so
Yeah.
badly.
Yeah, that's crazy. But also, another thing that I really wanted to talk about, especially with you, is, you got COVID, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so I just want to talk about what was your experience because the thing is when Krivi actually got it when he was in Colorado his first semester, of college. So I just wanted to know exactly how it felt.
So I'll give you the backstory of how I got COVID and stuff. So we were in our dorms, and the Boulder health officials said that everyone needed to stay at home for a 2-week quarantine, mandatory quarantine. But my roommate, not gonna say his name, but he decided to go out and party with his friends in downtown Denver, where the quarantine restriction wasn't taking place. And so, well, I've been in my dorm for the entire 2 weeks. The only time I exited my dorm was to get food from the dining hall. But I, very soon after he went to party and all that stuff, I find out that I get COVID because we do weekly COVID testing. And realistically, I'm thinking I got COVID from my roommate. But actually having COVID itself, for me, fortunately, the symptoms weren't too bad at all. All I had was about a mild cough, a dry nose, and a fever that lasted for an hour or 2 hours or something like that. And all I had to do was just quarantine in a isolation dorm for about 10 days until my symptoms wore off. But yeah, I got super fortunate not to have deadly symptoms and stuff like that.
Yeah, and then how long was it once you got the negative test before you came here? How long did it last? When you had COVID?
The symptoms?
Yeah.
I would say the symptoms lasted about a week and a half. But it was very minor. It was just a dry nose. Most of it was actually a dry nose, and my nose just felt so dry that sometimes it was just it would be difficult to breathe because it literally burns to breathe, and so I try to breathe from my mouth. But yeah, it was just about a week and a half.
Yeah, that's crazy because even I was kind of nervous about it before you left since COVID started in the beginning of March last year in 2020, and then I knew that Krivi was going to be going out of state for college, and he's not going to necessarily be with his parents or with people that he knows very well. So it's going to be a completely different experience for him to go out there, especially with things like this happening around the world. So did it kind of scare you that you were out of state when it happened, or?
I kind of had the mentality that I was gonna get it anyways, so it really no matter how hard I try, I felt I was still gonna somehow get it, and that's exactly what happened because I was actively trying to stay safe there.
Yeah.
But I wasn't really too scared, to be perfectly honest with you, because I just didn't think about it too deeply. Because I don't know, living in California, in Folsom specifically, there's not too much back then in the summer of 2020. COVID wasn't too big in Folsom itself, so I felt somewhat safe, and that kind of boosted my confidence a little bit going into Colorado.
Nowadays we have vaccines slowly coming out Pfizer and Moderna. So what are your thoughts on that?
Well, my sister's advising my whole family to get the vaccine, which makes sense because she's a doctor.
Yeah.
I'm all for taking the vaccine once I just want to. Well, first of all, when it becomes available to us, because I think we're considered phase 3 or phase 4 or something like that.
Yeah, I think by the time it'll be passed to us, it's probably maybe summer of this year, I think. But
maybe
it might even be later than that. So
I think by that point, people will have gained their confidence in the vaccine because it's gone through enough people.
Yeah, damn. Just gotten deep. But anyway, switching up the side of the topic, recently I just posted, if you guys have seen it, the 2021 short film. And obviously, in order to get a lot of those shots, it was all done by Krivi. Again, guys, so I was the one who was directing it. I kind of already had all the shots in my mind. But the more closer that we got to the filming date, I realized that I wouldn't be able to get all the shots, since multitasking, especially when you're on a shoot, is extremely difficult. So I knew I was gonna need this guy's help. And yeah, so just what do you think about the film? How it went out?
I think it turned out amazing. It's everything I had hoped it could be. It was very cinematic. It reminded me of J.R. Alley's kind of films, and who's the other guy?
Sam Colder.
Yeah. Him. It reminded me a lot of those kind of videos, and I love those kind of cinematic videos. And I think it was cool because doing this with you, I kind of learned some new filming techniques with both my drone and camera, and yeah, it was super fun, and I'm glad I was able to do it with you.
Yeah, because it's completely something that I haven't like ever done before. Because the thing is, like, Krivi and I have like seen these types of videos. We've seen like JRIE, Sam Colder, all these different types of content creators and filmmakers do it. But like we never really thought to do it ourselves. And especially with everything happening right now with the pandemic and us like having to adapt to this new normal, I just thought it'd be like the perfect time to come up with a film that really describes like what we're going through, how we're feeling. And obviously we portrayed that through one of our good friends, Akil, who's playing the main lead of it. I still feel really bad because I felt like I pushed you guys like a little too much more.
The thing is, we got a little bit snappy and angry, but it was only because we were hungry.
That's true.
Once we got our Chick-fil-A, it was all good.
Yeah, we went to Chick-fil-A just like as our lunch break and just kind of like cool down period. But yeah. But I remember especially like on our second day of shooting when like I had to ask Akil to like take off his shirt for
I felt so
for
bad.
the water shot.
It was like 50 degrees outside, or like
Yeah.
45 or something, and he had to take his shirt off. I felt so bad for him, dude.
Yeah, because originally like I was planning to shoot this film like back during the summer, but then I
Yeah.
knew that you were packing to go to college. He was also because he also goes to Reno for college, and like I just knew that like it wasn't necessarily gonna work out then. And originally the film was actually going to have him jump into the water since he actually does cliff jumping with his friends. So that's what the main thing was gonna be like. I never planned on any forest shots, so everything like that was just completely new. And then like once I talked to Akil about it, like a week or two before we started shooting, he's like, hey, like I don't think I can do like jumping into the water because it's gonna be freezing cold.
Because this is winter at this point.
Yeah. So then like I pretty much just thought about it and I was like, you know what? Yeah, it's just a smart decision not for him to jump in the water. Otherwise, you might even get hypothermia or something like that. So don't want to risk that.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's kind of just where the forest shots came into play. So yeah, it's a cool little background on that.
Pretty dope video. I loved it.
Yeah. You had anything else you want to say?
Make sure you subscribe to his YouTube channel, Anish Rajah. You'll
True.
see amazing content.
Yeah, and also
tech
you still have your
reviews.
channel too.
Yeah,
Productions.
it's not really active, to be honest.
But you are you told me that you're creating the film for Colorado and stuff, right?
Yeah, I want to. I have no vision for it yet. I still need to the thing is, I tell myself I need to make the time to plan out this video, but I never make the time to make the time to plan out the video because either I'm lazy or I'm just busy. But yeah, I need to get myself to properly think, write down ideas, and then I'll start working on it.
Yeah, so for the main idea of it, is it just gonna be your story throughout,
I wanted it to be sort of my transition or how my life is gonna change from living in California to living in Colorado, because they're two very different places. Obviously Colorado is a very snowy place, whereas the part of California where I live in, it's usually very sunny and warm.
Obviously,
or that's what
not
it's
today.
not today, but it's what it's associated with. And just my change, because my high school, my life changed a lot when I entered high school, and now it's changing drastically again as I'm entering college. And so I just want to document how the different changes I'll be going through in the upcoming years.
Yeah, and also I feel another question that some people were saying is, are you still making electric skateboards?
I'm not currently making electric skateboards, but I'll be happy to make some electric skateboards because at my college, in our aerospace department building, we have a lot of machine shops in there, so we have different tools and machines to use. And I was thinking over the summer, I'll design my own skateboard shape, design the shape of it and have it laser cut or cut through the one of the machines that can saw through wood based on a file you input in the computer, and then doing that and then just assembling the electronics and stuff there. I think that would be a really fun project.
Yeah, especially your manufacturing place. How big is it? Where you guys do your whole machinery and stuff?
It's pretty big.
Yeah.
It's if you could think of the best way to describe is think of what Costco looks like. You got the high ceilings and the lights, just the bright white lights and stuff like that, and the floor, how the color's that brown color. It's the exact same thing there.
So you guys have your own warehouse pretty much. Like
Yeah, it feels like a warehouse, but a warehouse full of like machinery and tools and stuff. Because we have like lathes that were apparently on German ships from World War II. They're just donated to us, so now we have these German Nazi lathes.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, like, I guess we can talk a little bit about your major that you're taking in college, about
Yeah.
aerospace engineering. So, you want to talk a little bit about it?
So I do aerospace engineering, and for those who don't know, aerospace engineering is like,
Rocket science.
yeah, it's like working on planes and rockets essentially. Though I want to specialize in working in rockets rather than planes, because that's more of my interest right now. Basically, like, you learn different kind of things like propulsion systems, which is like what makes a rocket, like the rocket thrust happen from the engines. You learn like material sciences, like what kind of materials are like best to use for a rocket in space, because obviously properties are very different in space compared to on Earth. And then you learn a lot of physics and math, two things I suck at, but I'll have to learn it. And yeah, there's just like it's literally just space stuff.
Pretty much, yeah. But like, I would say like for like coursework, like how much like do you think it's different compared to like, you know, high school? Like especially like when it comes to like the workload of like all of your classes.
So I'd say like the biggest difference between a high school workload and this is obviously this is very specialized towards your major, whereas high school it's like very broad amongst different subjects. But in terms of like load, like I would say on average, like there's definitely like a lot of math homework that's been given to you. But like I'd say the load isn't too bad, like as long as you manage your time properly. Like yeah, you'd like spend a decent amount of time out of your day to like study for your different classes, but like it's nothing like you're studying 24/7. Like you're still able to have a life and like do other things, like go to the gym and stuff.
Yeah.
It's pretty balanced.
Yeah, because I feel like especially compared like, you know, college to high school, I feel like college is a bit easier in my opinion. I don't know. Like
it's easier because you can definitely like schedule your classes and stuff.
And it's a lot
to
more like
your
laid
own
out through the week. It's not necessarily like, you know, from like 8 in the morning till like 3 in the afternoon. Like you're taking like 4 to 6 classes like every
at a
single
time.
day.
Yeah, it's very split up, so you can have like breaks in between classes and do whatever work or eat food between your classes.
Yeah, because like
nice.
yeah, especially like last semester, like most of my classes were like on like Mondays, Thursdays, and Fridays, and like Tuesdays were like pretty much like my free days. So it was like a completely different experience compared to high school. Yeah.
Do you like your college?
Yeah, it's pretty nice so far. I mean, I am like working as a, you know, photographer and, you know, filmmaker for my school, so I'm making like some promotional stuff for social media. So that's pretty good. That's going pretty well. But also for you, you're doing racing.
Oh yeah.
So pretty much, if you guys don't know, obviously when Krivi goes to Colorado, he's also doing racing as well. So you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so I'm a race car driver for the C racing team.
Like this is something like I never expected from Krivi. And like when he first told me, I'm like, oh, like are you just playing like with Hot Wheels or something, or like are you actually like racing? So
Nah, so we got like Mazda Miatas that we race, fully customized. I'll be honest, I haven't raced in an actual race yet because I'm still a driver in training. So I've like raced the car on a track and everything, but not in an actual race. But like while I'm also a driver, I'm also like a mechanic, so I work on the car on some weekends, like go up to the garage and like do whatever needs to be done, because there's like a whole like checklist of different things. Yeah, it's really fun and dangerous. So if any of you guys decide that you want to do racing, please be aware of the risks and be cautious.
It's so true. I feel like that would also be like perfect for like your film that you're planning to make, because like you can put like a GoPro inside of it and stuff and just like film you just like
honestly.
It's like,
yeah,
it's like the difference between California and Colorado. Like it's a race here.
True.
Yeah.
Kind of scary though. I've spun out a couple of times when I was going around a corner really fast.
How fast are you going?
Oh, well, it was like a pretty like it was like over a 90-degree turn, and I was definitely going at like 70 or something. So yeah, I spun out.
That's crazy. But at least you're safe.
Yeah, no, they make you wear a ton of safety gear. Like you got a whole racing helmet. You're like strapped into the bucket seats and everything. It's really nice. I love the team so much. I'm never gonna leave it.
Finally, I guess just like what do you want to happen in 2021? What's your hopes and I guess your New Year's resolution?
For me personally,
Yeah.
I hope that I get opportunities this year, whereas last year I really did not find many opportunities in terms of like meeting new people, like doing new things, and achieving like different goals. Like I want to have the opportunity to like meet more people in my major because I couldn't really meet people due to the whole COVID situation. And I want to definitely try new things. Like hopefully if this COVID situation gets better, I get to explore a little bit more of Colorado, maybe go skiing in a few different places. But yeah, I honestly, like this year my goal is to genuinely be a happier person and to enjoy life while I can.
Yeah, because I'd say definitely last year. I remember in the summer I was planning to do like like wedding filmmaking and stuff. Hopefully like try and make some more money through that way. But obviously, when COVID hit, it's like can't really do much.
Yeah, all the opportunities are just gone like that.
Yeah. Is there like anything that you wanted to do like last year, like last summer?
I wanted to work in computer repair over the summer just to make some easy money, and so I applied to a bunch of different places, including like the Apple retail stores and stuff like that. But all the stores had just been like shut down during that time, so I couldn't really get a job anywhere. But yeah,
it's tough.
It is what it is.
Yeah, but hopefully with everything coming out, especially this year in 2021, hopefully it's gonna be a better year. And yeah, that's about it. Got any final words?
Hope you all have a great 2021, and I hope you all do amazing things.
And Happy New Year for everyone too.
Yep, Happy New Year.
Yeah, all right. Peace.
See ya.